I'm slowly turning into either Justin Bieber or I'm turning into Donald Trump, um, which these days doesn't seem like such a bad thing. I'd actually be in the money somehow. Um, why am I turning into Justin Bieber or Donald Trump? Well, I'm having less and less there to work with. So yeah, although no, Justin Bieber, yeah, I think he has plenty here to work with. So let's scratch Justin Bieber from that and let's go with Donald Trump. I think that is the style these days. Um, so we'll go with Donald Trump. Um, anyway, forgetting the silliness. Um, in my last video, I said I was going to work with or basically give a definition of pantheism. But I don't know. On second consideration, and especially after last night, I think I'm going to work with, or I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain animism. Um, I find animism to be somewhat of an interesting term because in terms of a word and what a word represents, um, the the earliest recorded sort of understandings of what animism is, didn't the adherents to that belief system did not have a word for what they believed in. Um, it was just as they saw, and I'm sure there's there's issues of language and anthropological sort of hierarchy and development that kind of give a name to it that eventually it makes it into a thing, a belief system, uh, which like I said, it always was a belief system. It's just that um, they didn't have a name for it, and essentially, like getting to the meat of the matter, what they believed in was that everything, every object, and even if it was inanimate or everything in the world, had or has a soul or some sort of a spiritual dimension to it. There's some sort of life. Um, I don't know how they know. I don't know how they would have known that. I don't know why they didn't have a word for it, but they didn't have a word for it. They didn't have a religion for it. So animism is pretty interesting in that regard. Um, I can't. You know, uh, I don't know how else to explain that one, but yeah, there it was. There's some modern interpretations of it that obviously borrow the word, both as both as a scientific, anthropological understanding of how, what these people believe, but also in a contemporary sort of animist way, where animists actually do still exist and they use that word. So it went both directions. As is any study of theology, you can either study theology as the way things are, or study theology as a study of theology. So animism, just it's one of those words that kind of worked somewhat in reverse. They came up with the concept was there, a name was given to it, and then the word went both ways, both as an objective study and as a practical way of life or understanding religion anyway. I'm gonna have to redo this video. I'm kind of thinking that, but oh well. Yeah, in Japan, for instance, too, they have Shinto, which is I think pretty much the same thing. So it's not just relegated to sort of these prehistory or tribes or anything like that. So, but animism is a pretty interesting one. Spinozism, which came a lot later, is not specifically animism, although there are animistic qualities to it. Um, you know, the Spinozism believes that there's actually, no, I'm getting my terms mixed up. Spinozism is actually more kind of a pantheist sort of thing, but pantheism and Spinozism, there's some sort of relational understanding of it. There's something about the permeation of spirit and of what God is in terms of pantheism and Spinozism. that I'll discuss in another video. But for now, animism is kind of takes the cake. But yeah, not my best video, but better. I feel a little bit more relaxed in this one, so maybe I even put you to sleep. But yeah, anyway, that's it for now. See ya.